shadows. Welcome, everyone. Hello. Welcome, everyone. Hold up 1 second. Let me bring Chad up before we start our intro. Okay. Now what am I looking for? Where are you? Where are you? I gotta go to my channel. Because it's not showing up right away. There we go. Oh, I gotta turn the phone down. There we go. Let me make sure live chat's working. It looks like it is. Yo! Sealy, welcome. Welcome to the vlog. Alright. I forgot what button actually starts it. I think it's R2. Yay! welcome everyone. Welcome back, finally, to a major big update. Also, we finally get to get some real stuff going. We already gonna keep our normals. That's done. And it's over. No, I'm just kidding. Stream done. I'm just kidding. Alright, there we go. Where is triangle button? Welcome, everyone. Hello, and welcome to... Holy crap, I should have probably done this earlier so it wouldn't be so bright in the background. Hello. Welcome. Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year to you too, Celia, and to everyone that, on the channel, and to everyone out there. I hope it's been good out there. I hope you're staying safe. It's been kind of crazy, and some things have been going on out there, sickness-wise, kicking back up, sadly. But I hope y'all are doing good and staying safe. But I am excited because I have big news. Not only about, and it's going to be more of a long-term thing. I want to let everyone know, like, it's going to be happening for the course of this year. So slowly but surely. Exactly. Oh, why I cannot say surely. You know what? It's alright. It doesn't matter. Anyways. Country slang. Anyways. Over the course of this year, things are going to get more chaotic on the channel. We're going to have a little bit of a harder time maintaining certain series. We're going to do, at the beginning, we're going to do a decent amount. We're going to keep what we have. Stellaris is not going anywhere. Warframe's technically not going anywhere. Me and James are just kind of taking that in droves because he's ahead of me. If you want to actually, once again, big shout out to him. If you want to actually see all of the story back to back, you probably want to watch it on his channel for that. My Warframe videos are more for hybrid, like it's for the story, but for me it's also more for just playing the game and building my own stuff. So, that's not going to change. That won't be a constant all the time. Me and James actually have another series we're planning on starting back up coming soon. I'm not going to say what it is because we were trying to keep it a surprise. Something that we should have finished. That's all I will say. But we're going to start from scratch and from the beginning once more. That's probably going to become the main Sunday thing at some point once more, as it should have always been. And as far as my schedule is concerned, because I want to get all this part out of the way before we talk about the IRL stuff, and I say hello to all you guys. Also, welcome, Farseer. A tornado almost hit my town 2 days ago, so my New Year's is going great. January 1st tornado nearly gave me the middle finger. Also, rest in peace, Betty White. Oh, yeah. I heard, yeah. That's sad. This is pure, happy. I mean this in the best of ways. She did last a long time. Like, she was always the best though. That woman will be missed dearly. She's also an icon of her time too. Like it's just sad when anyone passes away, but it still surprises me. Like she fought, she stuck around. She's like, I'm not, no, not now. I'm keeping going until I feel like it. And I'm like, yeah, I respect that. But yeah, may she rest in peace though. She was amazing. That's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be weird though, because most people were used to her kind of always like just trucking on and keeping going. But that just goes to show you sometimes I don't know, it's kind of a dark thing to say. Oh, well, I'll say this is, I don't know, sometimes things just have to move to a new place to become something better later. Who knows? I mean, I believe in, I'm not saying everyone does, not getting on this topic, by the way, this is just me. Um, Personally, but since I do somewhat believe in reincarnation, who knows? Maybe she'll come back even stronger. Be like a Super Saiyan. I'm sorry. Like I said, I love her. Oh man, she was a cool character. She always will be. I actually grew up watching. Was it Golden Girls? What it's called? I think. Because my mom used to watch it all the time, and so did my like grandmother. God, that's why I said that's sad. It's gonna be weird not having her around, like in general in life. But sometimes those things happen. So, but 99 years, I know, right? 100, almost 100, almost may fought to that big triple number. Not many people make that. Very few people make it to the early 90s. Usually it's 80s and around there where most people kind of don't. They're just like, I'm done. And it's just, everyone's different, you know? So, but she was like, no, I'm going until I just cannot go. And that's probably what I'm gonna, as far as me personally, that's probably what I want to do. Like, I'm just gonna go until I literally cannot be done. Oh, man. That got dark though, real fast. No, but ironically, it's good though because it actually kind of sets the mood a little bit more realistically. Because I want to, like I said, talking about not only schedule for the channel changing, but all my IRL stuff. Like things like deeply are going to be changing on that side, which is why things are going to get more chaotic as the year goes on. To let you guys know now. But do not worry, the channel is going nowhere. It'll never disappear. I'll always at least try to get some sort of video at some point up to keep y'all updated or to keep the content flowing for you guys best I can. But because I am never gonna not be what I'm doing now. I love doing this. It's just I have also realized I can't make this what I want it yet for you guys until I have something else helping it. So I'm gonna be working on that. So also getting myself situated as well. Let's see. Keep fighting until your body shut down, not your spirit. Exactly, until nothing else works. Like, sorry, your lungs are stopping. I'm like, I'm still going. No, I'm going to embrace real quick. Big shout out to this YouTuber, since I'm going to use one of his sayings real quick. This is his saying. Big shout out to Gray Still Plays. I'll be like him at the end of my days. Like, I'm still alive. It's still moving. uh, no, but no, that's what I'm gonna be like when it comes to that. That's also the mentality I'm using to push myself way harder in this coming year till I can get where I'm going to achieve what I'm about to tell you guys. But okay. First, let's finish up the channel stuff though, because I also don't. I know how I get off track too. I have a bad habit. So, okay. So channel wise, with the as far as the James stuff is concerned, we'll keep y'all updated as that changes. Because since that's me and him together, we kind of have to update that a little bit as it goes, anyways. Because both of our schedules play into that, anyways. So, but like I said, the surprise thing that's coming back, that's gonna be our main thing for me and him for Sundays. Stellaris will still be the same for Saturdays. You'll see on and off me doing the Malik's playthrough versus me and James doing our Megacore playthrough. And then Friday, this is the other big surprise I have. I want to let everyone know now, I may not always be able to do it every Friday. But if I'm able to, I most certainly will. Because sometimes like I said, sometimes weekends get a little weird. Saturdays are a little more always guaranteed, at least by this time, like 6:30 at latest. Usually, I'm able to start up something. Um, uh, my brain melted. This is why I gotta keep on track. um, but for Fridays, sometimes I'm either out with my mom or out with the family or we're doing something. So those days are going to be a little more up in the air. And as a certain schedule comes into play towards the summer of this year, I'll get to that. That also may affect Friday. It actually may change the schedule entirely, just to let you guys know. But I'm not trying to get these things scheduled for weekends. I want to keep this for the weekends and family stuff for the weekends like I always have, if I can help it. If I can help it. Um so I'll plan for most of it to be completely during the week. So that way it makes things easier. But it does mean Friday may have be affected. Saturday wouldn't be, but Friday may be slightly affected by that. But I have a surprise stream that I'm gonna try to do, and hopefully, everyone keep your fingers crossed. I'll cross my toes. um, that this works. That this thing that I have works. You can't see it; it's just off camera to the right of it. But um, because I want to do not only a nostalgia streams type of deal because I haven't done one in a while, and I kind of need to get my bearings straight on this new thing that I'm going to be doing anyways. Um, Plus, it's going to lead all the way up to the new one. To give you a hint what it also might be. It is going to be a whole series, and I'm going to be, like I said, fully doing it. We won't be doing anything else until it's done on that regard. Because it'll help me keep a little bit more forward pushing, especially with Fridays not always being guaranteed. Sometimes I can't put anything else there with it, or it won't be done properly. So we're not going to do that. Plus, I think y'all will like it. It's something I've talked about for a while that I would love to try to do. Plus, y'all will get to see me. This how do I put this? Y'all will get to see me before you were allowed to change the shooting buttons on shooting games. So, meaning the triggers. Any hints towards that? I'm dropping a lot. You're gonna get to see how weird it looks for me to try to play a game when I have to use my tablet as something to help press the top buttons. I used to have a little thing taped to my tray I used to use a long time ago when I was young. But that's not really viable anymore. So I found, you know what, my tablet's heavy enough. It works. So I just use it. So we're going to be doing that. And that's how I'll be setting up my controls. Unless for some reason the game actually lets you change them now. If it does, not going to say what the game is. I'm trying to be very careful not to. I've had a bad habit accidentally doing that too. Because I distract myself. Okay. In this game, if it does let me change the buttons, though, we're going to go modernized. And then y'all will get to see something brand new. And I'll be experiencing something completely brand new at that point. Unless I happen to have my custom controller before then. But I highly doubt it because it costs quite a lot to get the one I need. So, yeah. that may happen. What will probably happen is the series will start, which is actually kind of cool. I'm okay with this. The series will probably start on me playing the old-fashioned way, and then it'll evolve probably half because I doubt I'll get all the way through all of these different games from this series in less than a month to show you how many are in this series. It's kind of like a God Eater level thing that me and James are doing, but this is just me. And speaking of that, that will come back at some point. Just me and James just don't have a way of doing it right now. We just don't. Um, but that will at some point. But as far as on me own, this is kind of my own thing. Like this is on the scale of that though. So we're going from 1 to the end. I didn't want to say how many it was because it might give it away. Okay. Okay, let me read chat real quick because I want to see what Farsi was saying. Let's see. Hello. You can bring him in here if you want. Well, I was gonna talk about those too, but just put that over there. Give me one of the closed ones. I'll save that one as a surprise. Put that over there. That has to go back in the drawer. Yes, for now. Hold on 1 second, guys. Oh, let me read chat while just help him do that real quick. I also have some things to say to lighten the mood a bit, and will get you hyped for Bannerlord. Remember that medieval mod that England whooped 900 Frenchmen? Yes. Oh, I need the closed one. One of the ones in the closet, real quick. I need one of the other ones. I want to save that one as a surprise. They're in the closet. Just grab either of them. It doesn't matter which one you grab. Because I want to show y'all something I also want to discuss with you guys. Y'all may not be interested in this type of thing, and if not, that's fine. I'm just checking. I have to get better lighting in here if that ends up being the case. Okay, yeah, just leave them there. I'll grab them in a minute. Let me actually turn my control off real quick. Real quick, blue screen. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Let me read chat. Alright, you said, Farsier says, you definitely know I know what it is. Do you, Farsier? Do you? Do you? You probably do. Realistically, you probably do. Alright, hold on. I'm going to take my mic off for just a second. I'm going to go grab one of these so we can discuss this too. Because I want to get all the less important things as far as like the things that are just going to be discussed as far as schedule and what y'all might be interested in seeing come to the channel or not come to the channel. Because I'm also trying to figure out if there might be some other things y'all might want me to branch out in here and there. Not constantly, just maybe a video like here and there of bits and pieces of what I'm about to show you, or anything else. I don't know. Who knows? But I will. 1 second. Let me see. Ah! Okay, you do know what it is. Never mind. I take everything. Actually, I kind of figured you knew. You knew anyways. But yes, you are correct. I will be right back. Oops. Sorry if that was loud. Sorry about that, guys. Here, let me move my controller out of the way. You're gonna see me moving around over here. I'll grab my post. Whoa, no, I'm moving everything around. I'll grab my poster board. Oh, see, the other one is a surprise, because that one I'm gonna probably do myself. Because I think that one's gonna be too much for streaming, anyways. Hold on 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Okay. Alright, I got this little box. I'll show you what this is in a second. Let me check chat. Uh-oh, hold on. Make sure that's not one of those things. Hold on 1 second. Gotta check chat. Yeah, I think that's one of those. Give me a second. Is that the right one? Is it that one? There we go. Hopefully I'm not wrong on that one, but that didn't seem normal. Just saying. Alright, let me get my headset back. 1 second, guys. Hopefully you can hear me well. Well, Darius is one of the devs in France is getting a core troop rework. Oh! I have a feeling I know why. awesome. Also, big congratulations still on him for that. Like, I'm excited to see what he does with all that now that he's become a partial developer to Bannerlord's mods. Sorry, my head's not working right now. Ignore me. Let me get my headset back. There we go. Okay. Let's see. With 4 Dutch troop trees. Ah, nice. Alright, let me elevate. Okay. Also, so I need to show you, once again, I don't expect y'all to necessarily like this, because I don't know if y'all are into these types of things. This is more of a me thing anyways. But you never know. I don't know. But I'm going to show you all this real quick. If y'all will be interested in one day maybe seeing me do one of these or not. If not, I will just do them on my own. I'll just do them on my own. Let me elevate up. You probably recognize this from a certain video game I play. As soon as I get elevated. Do. Let me get up a little tilt a little back further. There's my phone as well, right there. Yeah. So there's a lot of glare. So this is as you would imagine, this is a model kit for the RX-78, aka the first Gundam. As y'all know, I'm a very big Gundam, huge fanatic. I used to build these or try. It took me forever. I had smaller toes then. I've noticed it's a lot harder now. I used to build these like when I was really young. They're not really technically normal. Like, you know how most kids like had action figures where they just get normal toys, just smash them together. I actually liked keeping mine in condition and building things like these. And I used to have a certain Gundam, which may or may not be present, but I'm going to save that as a surprise, that I used to keep in my room that I built with a little bit of help from like my mom and stuff. But back then I was able to do most of it because my toes weren't so fat that, they couldn't fit in little small spaces. But if you ever want to if you are ever interested, just let me know, like in Discord, on PSN, in the comments below. But unless you really truly want me to do this would be a very long set of, like, the videos that would come along with this would be long. We would have to set up a day each time when I do this, that we would be there for like a few hours to get anything really done per part of video for each part. So, because I just got part of the torso done on one of them, a certain one today. So, but let me elevate down. No point showing that we already showed off his beautiful self too much now. I also have Shars, just to let everyone know too. I chose this one just because everyone knows who Gundam is, RX-78 is. But I do have Red Comet as well. That one is not the surprise one. Red Comet is also over there. I haven't started him yet either. So, model kit, nice. Let's see. So England will be fighting not only France, but Flanders, Burgundy, Toulouse, and Lorraine. See, that makes more sense, to be fair. I mean, historically, it is kind of how it was, wasn't it? So it would make... This is going to sound like an awful explanation because this is how I break things down sometimes now, especially with houses and stuff. I look at it not only from Crusader Kings perspective a little bit, but also like a Game of Thrones. Like, there was a lot of houses together in that fight against England. So it is a lot more accurate if that's what he's doing. I do like that. That's awesome. By the time I ever get to play that game, he'll probably already have all that done. realistically at the moment, anyways. But what else? Oh yeah. Oh wait, hold on. There's another comment coming through. Let me wait to see what you said. Yo, James. I take it you saw that last part. Oh man. I think you saw that last part. You didn't know I had that one, did you, James? I showed you the other one that's a surprise that I haven't showed them that I'm gonna keep. But you didn't know I had that one, did you? I heard red comment. Oh, hold on. Let me show James real quick then. Hold on. James has seen the surprise one. Don't say what it is, James. But you'll see why I was saying red comment. Let me show James this real quick. Yeah, elevate and tilt back. I was saying I also have red comet is what I was saying, but I was showing this one off to show this is what we can do if anyone was interested in watching that type of thing. If not, it's fine. But you said that so perfectly, so I thought you may have saw your best and most favorite Gundam to have to fight in that game. That you're like Zigzag. Oh man. But that's funny. Of course you'd have that. I have the other one too. I have Red Comet as well. I have both. I just, of course I would have RX-78. Why not? I have the upgraded version right over there, as you remember. Why would I not have the first original? Oh man, but yeah, like I said, if y'all are interested now, I'm completely fine with it. It's just, if you are, do let me know over the course of the next. You can take your time with it, like the next month or so, and just like drop them in the Discord or the comments below the video, or if you're on my PSN side, and you know me on PSN, or you're a part of the Guardian Corps side of the PSN. Well, what it is it's a chat thing now. It's slash community. It's not really a community. It's more just a group chat, but it's the best I can do on the PSN side right now. So if you're in the PSN side, or if you just happen to know my thing, or if you want to message me at ardnot66, then yeah. Let me know if you'd be interested or not interested. That way I know whether just to keep this to myself or if y'all want to share in the builds with me or not. It's fine with me either way, like I said. So let's see. Sorry if I'm zoning in or out. I'm just watching the French get a cheat army. He'll balance it out later. That's kind of how the development process really works when you're making stuff for a video game. You start off with your most ridiculous version and then you dumb it down later. It's kind of what I do. That's how I got a lot of A's actually back in the past, which we're gonna talk about that in a minute as well. James, tell me, is France getting full sub armies in a fair fight? I mean, it's fighting England. Come on now, England's a hard fight. They need help. French need help. The France need, at least with war. Sorry, France. Don't worry, you win in other departments, as you always have. Oh, man. Oh, man. Fighting English, yes. Anything else, no. Hey, wait a minute. What about us? Hey, man, hold on, Jeff. Wait a second. What if they were fighting us? Literally us, U.S. God, I hate that that's a pun. God, we need to change our country's name. That's not religion. Don't take that realistically to anyone out there that's like, oh, he's not patriotic. It's just so weird. That's actually a pun if you think about it. It's like, what if they fight us? United States. Oh, man. Also, Germany, too, bro. Don't forget what happened there. It's funny because England's like, we'll help with that one. God, that's that's funny. I think no offense, like I said, when it comes to the combat side of things, they have other departments they would have. But when it comes to combat side of things, I do feel like some other smaller houses or other bigger houses, kind of like a Game of Thrones type thing, have to kick in a little. Let's see. Burgundy has better halberds than England. Flanders better heavy infantry than England. And Lorraine has pikemen to ruin English cavalry, and Toulouse barely got anything. I like that last one. Well, I mean, if you think about what was it called? I want to call it the 100-Year War, whatever that was considered. That's kind of why that is, isn't it? I mean, I don't know specifically myself. I'm not historically apt on that one, but would that make sense then, though? That's why that war lasted for so long and no one ever really won? Because it's kind of in a way overall with what you just said, plus France. We'll just not worry about Toulouse. Toulouse. I don't know how to say their name properly. Forgive me if you're from there. I mean, this is just from a pure statistic in my head perspective, not realistically or whatever. Statistically, it feels like that would make sense why that battle lasted for so darn long. But James would have to correct me on that one. He would probably know more about that, and someone from France would know more about that than I would. So, that's a James question. Ask James that. And he's like, what? No. Oh, man. But, alright. I guess let's get to oh, wait. France kicked the English out of Europe, so technically they won. No, well, yeah, no, you're right. They did, didn't they? So maybe in a way, then he's just making it historically accurate, Farseer. Darius is just doing his job. Just maybe a little over excessively, but like I said, I feel him on that. That reminds me of my old days, and I can't wait to get back to making stuff myself as well. That's also why I'm back into doing this. I'm kind of now really into just doing stuff. Like, I've been trying to get myself out of my slump that y'all know I've been in for a while. The channel's really the only thing that hasn't really totally suffered. I'm going to be perfectly honest. Like, it's the only thing that's even gotten any of my attention is you guys and the channel. As far as everything else, maybe not quite as much. So, I'm trying to get myself active again, get myself going, which is what brings us to the serious topics here in a second that I want to talk about. Why the schedule will get more chaotic as the year goes on. So, let's see. Aquitaine! God. Has anyone ever played that weird Dynasty Warriors style game that was based on 100 Years War? I forgot what it's called. Oh, I had it on the tip of my tongue. It's a hack and slash game on console. I think it's also on PC. Only reason why I know all of this, or even some of this, sadly, and I hate to say this is where this knowledge comes from, is because of that game. Because you can play either side. You're a mercenary, so you can either fight and help the English during that war or French and the other factions. Not Lady Aquitaine was present. Yet French still needed help with Germany. I guess the French just weren't good with guns. I just want to point that out. Like the French, and their allies, amazing with melee weapons, archery. knights, cavalry, right? Amazing with that. Soon as the guns got here, what? Germany rolls a tank up. What is this? For the French have no idea what they're looking at. I'm just like, we got this, Churchill. I'm sorry, it's just that's a very stupefied version of those terms of events. But they broke the Holy Roman Empire in 30 Years' War and disbanded. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's ironic. Like, maybe muskets. Maybe they were good with muskets. I'll give them that, probably. Like, the days when pike and shot was a popular thing and things like that. And a little bit beyond that. But as soon as, like, modernization hit, it does feel like for some reason France did kind of fall off the wagon. Hard. Wasn't the 100-Year War called the Battle of Hastings? It might be for you. I have no idea what it's called over here. Don't ask me. That's like I said, I hate to admit this, but when it comes to that history, specifically for that battle, my knowledge is based on a video game that's semi-historical. It's not too fictional. The later additions to that game got real fictional, but when it first started, it was pretty historical. Then it brought in dragons for some reason later on. Then I'm like, I don't remember that. No, I do not remember. I do not remember dragons helping either side in during the 100-Year War. No, that was Normans kicking the Anglo-Saxons, but oh, okay. Yeah, see, Farseer will have to correct me on some of those, because, like I said, that's why I call it the 100-Year War, because that's the only one I know of it as, because of where I got my knowledge from. Normans were French, by the way. Yeah, so that was versus the Anglo-Saxons. Oh, okay. But yeah. That's the only reason why I even know it. But like I said, back to the development side of things, that's it, both jokingly and technically, realistically, that's just Darius just doing his job. He's embracing the creative side of what it is to be a developer or to develop something in whether it be physical or digital. Is you're probably gonna overshoot it a lot in the beginning, but the key is you'll learn to make it efficient but fair for both sides at the end. And he'll learn that through trial and error. It's the only way to learn that. From what I experienced when I was like that, first starting off. Which in a way I will be again. Not fully. I know partially what I'm doing because it's just I'm going to have to do some refresher courses coming soon. Which means just watch a bunch of YouTube videos and refresh myself on the programs, controls, and stuff. But, so, first big announcement. Come summer this next year, or not next year, this year. It's 2022 now. Sorry, I still think haven't got over this New Year's just passed. Coming summer this year. That's what I meant to say. I will be going back to college. So I'm going to be finishing my degree in, well, basically game design and all that, and 3D modeling and all that. It's mainly because I have also learned that even if I don't start off as a video game designer, or if I don't happen to become one right away, or at all, to be fair, I'm not technically forcing that, is I have finally realized and been smart, I can also use my like 3D development skills, my animation skills for like video animating studios or for the 3D modeling side of things, like even construction companies or what do you call it? Even like decorators, all kinds of people today. So unless they learn how to use the program themselves, some people do that, tend to now like need employees that can do rough drafts or 3D mock-ups of things and create environments in a 3D setting. So I guess a good example, this is just a broad example, it's not meaning totally this. If a builder who's going to build a building in a city or something, this is just a rough example, they don't want to, build the building not knowing what it's going to be like in that area, what it might look like, or what it could look like, the area, how it might be affected in a way. You can do that in a 3D environment digitally and show off all of that. You can't show off some things, but you can show off at least the look and the change, and is it what we actually want, or do we want to? And they can also model it on the fly. If they want to change things, they can just have someone like me just edit it, and then boom. Now it looks like how it's supposed to. So, and like I said, I've been not guaranteed, but I've been getting a lot of help from this organization that helps me out, and it helps a lot of people out to try to help me get moving and get myself into the job situation as well. On top of that, which will be along with that college thing going on. That's the first major thing. That starts summer this year because I couldn't get into spring classes. Otherwise, actually, our schedule would be much more chaotic right now. So, just know that ahead of time, that when summer starts rolling close, you'll probably have to see me a lot less on certain occasions. Like, most likely I will only be completely doing streams on weekends, which I will move things around accordingly to make things work a little easier when I know when that time comes what my schedule is going to be. The second major thing that's going to be making things change up a little bit, because I'll have to read this might create a slight dead zone in the channel, to warn you now what I'm about to let you guys know, just because there'll be like a slight transition where I won't be able to do anything. At least not in the beginning. So, as you all know, I'm also trying to get out, be independent. So, hopefully by March, the process will either be already well in its way to being finished, or at least middle of the ways, because I'm going to try to start it middle of this month. As soon as everyone gets back to the gears moving after the New Year startup. I'm going to try to get everyone motivated and let everyone know that, because I found out there is a thing for me being disabled where I live, where they can help me live in like I don't know what it's really considered. It's not a home like you would normally think. It's more like apartments, like kind of like an apartment type deal place where other handicapped people also can live too. And I think it's like help paid for by either this organization or by the state. That I don't know. I don't want to say too much because I'm not really sure on how that works. So I don't want to give false information. So I'll know more when that comes. But just to let y'all know, the flat part of it is that is happening and it will happen. Not sure exactly which month, but I'm trying to get it happen as quick as possible. I will try to give you a heads up when the dead zone happens. But between me moving from where I live now, here, to that new place, means there will be a time where I'm not going to be able to stream at all because I won't have internet probably or anything. I won't have any of that for at least a short period of time. Hopefully not too long period, but sometimes it happens during the startup of me being on my own. But I wanted to let you guys know that too. But at least this way, what I do accomplish this. I hate saying do this because it sounds stupid. Do what I do accomplish this. This will help me because it'll help me be not only a better streamer for you guys, like just personally, because sometimes there are points where and it's nothing where I live now or on anyone. It's not on my mom or me or anyone. It's just sometimes you just want your own place and you just need to have your own space. And once I have that, I think I'll be a lot more confident as well again. Y'all have helped me get to this point to begin with. I also want to say a big thank you to all you guys, Farseer, a huge thank you to you. Huge thank you to James, Darius, Seeley, Prime, even several other people who who've been there, and even if through rough things being different and changing throughout our lives, y'all have helped me grab my confidence that I didn't have that probably several years ago. If this had been before YouTube, if y'all could have met me before then, you'd probably be really surprised. To be fair, even I'm to this point kind of like, dang, yeah, I'm not that. That is not me now. And I'm happy about that. That's why I'm making this next big step, because this next big step is the major portion of me trying to grow even more, not only for myself but for you guys too, because it'll make me a better YouTuber as well. So, and better at my other stuff that I'll be doing as well along the side as well, like college, my job once I get it in the future, all that. And I need that. So, and that's like, and then once that starts, I can also I'll be able to start budgeting certain things, and then maybe create maybe certain surprise things for you guys where I can actually do things for you guys. This is all, like I said, in the future of this, but this is the first major step to it. But let me read chat real quick. Let's see. Creasy was in Agincourt and France, humiliating defeat in the 100 Years. The English chose the terrain correctly to limit the French knights' advantage. Also, early 16th century French knights from the Italian Wars will be present in the mod, aka the steroided up version of the gendarme. That makes sense, though. Like I said, you can make anything balanced in a video game. You just have to find the right way to do it, and still maintain its impressiveness. So, yeah, I read that. And let's see, I'm left off right here. James, what will be the best way to kill French knights that are immune to arrows? With a mace or javelin, whack them. Farzir, or throw a big rock in their face. God, the English is so simple, but yet so effective. That's so funny. He says, or just yeet a rock at them. That doesn't surprise me. That was your answer, James. Oh, man. Javelins won't work. The 16th century sets are blunt resistance. Wouldn't javelin be piercing, though, not blunt? The mace wouldn't work. But what about the javelin, though? What's the javelin? I mean, I don't really know. I'm only basing this on what little Mordhau or Chivalry or or Bannerlord itself. Mountain Blade. That's its series. I always forget its actual series name. On how it works in that. Let's see. But pikes did work, and some new halberds were used in suits of armor, on these suits of armor. I mean, I could see a halberd, because it can both stab and be good at other things, too, when you need it to be cutting, or heavy, or whatever. This is why a halberd is such a scary weapon. It always will be. It's technically, if I didn't have such a fancy, personally, towards, Japanese katanas, or axes. My brain took a minute on that one. Or great swords. Two different types of swords, one type of real, and then axes in general. So, if it wasn't for that, I probably would always use a pike. And it's the same old thing back in the day, pikes are efficient. Good for blocking, fighting, and multiple types of damage. But hey. Oh yeah, back to the other thing. So yeah, so I am moving out at some point during that time. I'm trying to think if there's any. I don't want to forget to tell you guys anything. Um, don't think there's anything because I'm not trying to start too many series because me and James have realized we have too much of a bad habit. We do too many, and then we get sidetracked. That's why Warframe's on and off sometimes because it keeps us kind of paced. And like I said, he's ahead of me anyways. So if you want to check out like story stuff, you can just go to his channel for that one. Whereas mine's more of like the technical, just enjoying the building and the journey itself. So, but as far as like finishing series, as like I said, I think that's all the series I have to let you guys know at the moment. Nothing. Oh, no, that's not it. Because I just remembered that's what the other Saturday thing is, and I never said it. So besides Stellaris, the thing I keep forgetting that we haven't gone back to, and I know I did promise this, so that's why we're going to probably start it this weekend at the same time we start the new series. Unless James wants to go ahead and do a Stellaris this weekend as well. But we'll figure that out when it gets here this weekend. But the other game on Saturdays to accompany Stellaris when we're not doing it that day is Mech Warrior. And then that's it. Because I do realize we never did go back to start our campaign, which we need to. So we will be doing that starting this weekend as well. Along with the surprise series, willing that this thing that I got works. It seems to. I can actually hear through it. I just hope that part's not the surprise, so I just hope the microphone side of it works. So that way we can actually stream. Then I can start that series I want to do. Because that and the rest, like I said, is going to be this weekend. Let's see, but if you put a 16th century samurai and a 16th century knight in the same arena, it's not an even fight. Well, it's mostly armor. To be fair, at the end of the day, though. Because it also depends on the knight's weapon at the end of the day. Because here's two things. Knights win against most samurais because the Japanese katana is not built, because it's not from that region, to fight full plate armor. It's not made for that. It's made to fight like wood armor and armor where slashing motions and pulls are a lot more effective. I ain't gonna work on no chainmail, plate, anything. I hate to say that. Some katanas are sharp enough if you build them right where they can get through the chain, but there's still the plate issue. You'd have to be made out of adamantium or Wolverine himself. Either way, that's the main reason why most knights are going to win in that battle. Because I will say the one thing the katana does have over most melee weapons, even your standard broadsword or short sword, is the katana is able to do more sweeping, blocking motions at the same time. Once again, this isn't going to save you against a heavy target. Now, if he wasn't wearing armor, he's going to lose, most likely. But as soon as the samurai lands that one hit on a full armored knight, the knight's just going to take it. He's going to be like, well, bye, and just, he's going to do two things. Because this is also something that the knight has advantage that the samurai does not. His armor's metal. So there's also a good chance if he takes that sword to the chest, just like that joke video I love, taste the grass, little man, he's probably going to either nail you with his guaranteed kill you weapon, which is broadsword, greatsword, mace, any of those. Any of those is going to kill a samurai. Its armor is not going to hold up against that. Not at all. Or he's just going to be embarrassing and be like, pow! And literally punch the samurai in the face with a metal gauntlet. It's like, but like I said, styles make fights. It's a region fighting issue. The samurais never really had to fight anything with that type of armor, to be fair, ever, hardly. So they never adapted. They have other weapons that might work, but they still wouldn't be perfect. It's most of their spear stuff. That's it. Other than that, not really. The katana is an efficient weapon, but versus the king, yeah. Versus the kings of plate armor, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, nah. A Japanese katana will never beat plate armor, ever. It's just impossible. Statistically, it's literally impossible. That's like saying a feather will outrun a bullet. Even if it was fired out of a gun. It's like, it just sounds kind of, huh. But no, but like I said, if he didn't have armor, it's a different story. If we're talking about an armorless knight, that is a very different fight. Because now the knight has to literally the whole time protect himself with his sword. Which the knights did but didn't do. Because it wasn't really necessary with that type of armor. So their training might hurt them in that fight. But that's the only instance. And what time would that samurai ever catch a knight outside of his armor anyways, unless it was an assassin? Like he snuck into his castle. Or something like that. Like, there's no way. If he's ever in that armor, you are doomed. Dismounted knights also use pole weapons because they were so armored. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, makes sense, like I said. As far as style for that fighting in that region, it's perfect sense. But that's why, ironically, I think a Viking would be better at taking a knight down. Armor is still kind of weird overall versus the knight, because the knight's weapons may hit it a little easier. But the weapons from a Viking at least have a chance versus a more Japanese style fighting. Plate armor is still kind of the somewhat king. There's a reason why those regions kind of became the biggest, if you think historically, if you think about it. They technically, if you're thinking about technology, in a way they had the most advanced technology. At least from a metallurgical standpoint. Because they had like the shaped armor with plates and chainmail and giant swords, halberds, spears, armored horses, all kinds of stuff. So it's that same principle like I talked about during that one stream we did when we talked about World War II's difference as well, where Germany versus the world, as far as a perspective. Sure, Germany had somewhat more technological advancement, but the way they used it wasn't efficient. So the same thing happened in a different slight of way. The countries who were more efficient with the technology made better use of it and ended up coming out on top. Also, we're better at manufacturing. But anyways. But yeah, it's on the rough, the lowest like rough example, it's kind of similar. It's French, English, all the knights era of knights, of all of them. Didn't Sweden had knights too, didn't they? Swedish knights? No. Or am I thinking about some Polish knights? I think I'm thinking about Polish knights. But either way, it's like any of the factions that had knights, like legit armor and weapons like that, there's a reason why they're some of the biggest powerhouses today. So, it's the Scandinavian kingdoms at the time used the German style of armor. Yeah, they did. That's another good example, too. Like I said, there were so many variants of it, too. And it's also a region thing. If you think about that region, there was a lot of metallurgical mining and like blacksmithing, smithery, all kinds of stuff. prevalent during that era. So since they had the resources to do all kinds of stuff with it, unlike probably other regions would have had. Which is also why the Japanese katana culturally is so weird, so weirdly unique too, because the average steel type that they had to make versus your steel in like a broadsword or a greatsword, slightly different in how it's done because the iron and the everything and the composition and everything was different. Is different in that region than it is, like I said, with the knights and all them from no matter which one you're talking about. They had a very much large portions to be able to work with. So that industry took off in those areas. And so did technically war. But it sometimes happens with us. Let's see, France and England used Italian style. Yeah, see, the Italian knights. And that's like I said, it's almost, actually, if you think about it, it's almost like a manufacturing brand. If you think about it too, like if you break it down to a blacksmithing thing or a culture region based thing, as far as what was available, it's almost like a kind of a manufacturing brand mark on the timeline. It's saying this region, hey, this represented this as far as the culture of this is concerned. Because metal and weapons and swords and armor were everything back then, both for actual war, the ones that were fashionably actually efficient for war, and then the fancy ones that were made that were for decoration or to show you're an elite general or something. And it's like armor and just everything was just metals, everything back then. It's also when gold was more prevalent because you would in fancier builds for to show prominence at a party or something as a general, there was a lot more gold in armor back then too. But you didn't necessarily see it in their armor when they're on the battlefield because it's not efficient. Gold throws off a lot of stuff. So but yeah. Teutonic Knights had more plate armored soldiers than everyone, but Poland kicked their hearts. Like I said, it's style. Just sometimes efficiency is maybe more of this. Sometimes maybe it's a little bit of both. Sometimes it's also fighting style too. Sometimes certain, no offense, soldiers end up just being better with certain things than other soldiers would be. Like even though I'm joking, kind of like in realistically, like why France ended up kind of getting all of a sudden ambushed during a certain war, or two world wars. Um, it's, I guess I could put it in like kind of like boxing, like mixed martial arts terms. It's the style of fighter at the end of the day too. Sure, you're because in the reverse aspect, like I said with the World War II example, Germany technically had the better tech, but they didn't use it right. So, but everyone else did because they tried to get so highfalutin with it that they forgot to be efficient. So, efficiency killed it once it started happening somewhere else. That who were willing to do that, to be as effective but efficient as possible. So, it's at the end of the day, it's like a teeter-totter seesaw between your technological level as a culture, whether it be in Knight's era, how much metal and type of metal they do, what type of armor, weapons they wield, versus your soldier who's wielding it. So, let's see. Not the Poles outnumbered the Teutonic order. It just went in like about madmen. There are paintings of Poles with no armor choking. That's kind of funny. But yeah, I don't know. I wish I knew more about kind of stuff like that. I've only recently started knowing those kinds of things in the last year. Because, like I said, I have a blacksmith that I watch from time to time. I've learned a lot that he really like it's important to him to remember the history of each of these weapons, and he teaches a lot about those histories and where to find more about them if you want to learn more about them as he's making them. So it's taught me a lot. Things I never knew. So, but yeah. I don't think there's any. I think that's as far as like updates. I think we are covered for tonight, though. Trying to think, what time is it? I also gotta be careful because I can't be on here too late because I have to eat still and I have to get up early in the morning. So I may have to call this in a second. Let's see how long we've been going. Do 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 do. I need to see how long we've been going. Oh, I gotta refresh it. 1 second, guys. Let me refresh my video. Okay, there we go. Took a second. I was like, uh-oh. What'd I do? I broke it. Yeah, it's been about an hour. I think that's pretty good for tonight. Like I said, if I had longer, I would probably chill with y'all even longer and we'd chat some more. But I do have to get up early in the morning. So, and I had planned on doing this yesterday, but New Year's weekend was rough. Let's just say I might have partied a little hard. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. PlayStation's trying to go to sleep. Oh, no. Hold on 1 second, guys. I gotta put my headset down. Oh, no. Sorry if that was loud. Come on, chair. 1 second, guys. Sorry. I forgot I can actually do that. Okay, there we go. I'm coming back. Actually, I should probably grab this. Let me put this up, guys. 1 second. Push this up here. Alright, I'm coming. Sorry about that, guys. My bad about that. Let me get my headset back on. Whoa. Might gotta go up my nose. Okay. Pull you back a little bit. Okay. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. PlayStation's about to shut me off on its own. It's like, hey, 10 minutes. Oh, man. Oh, man. Let's see. Anyone nowadays will never declare war on two kingdoms at the same time. I'm pretty sure the old Grand Master didn't want the guy in charge of the order after his death. That's probably true. Let's see, I think I missed no, right there. Also, the Teutonic Order declared war on Poland and Lithuania when they had a defensive pact with the Holy Roman Empire. See, that's where some of my knowledge kind of drops off just a little. I understand parts, bits, and pieces. Like I said, the details are still with me. Like, I haven't gotten really a chance to sit down and just actually study that kind of history. I will eventually though, because I actually am really interested in learning that kind of stuff. Like, I've always liked knight stuff. Like, it's like I said, even though I'm a bit of all three, specifically more just the Japanese katana for the Japanese side, as far as like how it fights and stuff, and the martial arts skill and stuff you have to have with it, and the prowess you have to understand with it. Vikings, it's a more generalization thing, and like I like a lot of different Viking things, like actual Vikings, not the movie ones, not that I have big horns. Even though some may have had that, it's very unlikely they did in most cases. But as far as actual Vikings, I really like their style because they're very, I don't know, there's something about that. The fact that they were cocky enough to fight with the way they are, like, still had amazing armor for who they are, but still wouldn't beat a knight's armor. Knights have the best armor around, but um, when it comes to the knight side of things, it's a combination. I love their tankiness, but y'all know I'm a fast moving fighter. I love to be speedy. So it's actually the weapons for them for me, for the knights. I like a lot of their weapons, like halberds. Top for me is great sword. Then I'd say not whatever the one right beneath the great sword is. The one that's not a short sword. I guess the long sword, I think. I like the long swords and the halberds, and then I actually do like the archery style of most English eras more so than some. I think the only one who might have a better than that, better setup for that would be China. um, at least as far as that's concerned. But also, it was Sweden who destroyed the winged hussars. Gustavus Adolphus, the father of the modern warfare, and the Lion of the North. That's a cool name, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of jealous of that name. I'm the Lion of the North. Oh, man. I know a lot of people, for anyone who understands Game of Thrones, they're about to really dislike what I'm about to say. Because I love Game of Thrones, but I'm a certain character over a certain character. Man, Tyrion should have just called himself the Lion of the North, killed Jon Snow, and took Daenerys for himself. Just saying. I know probably that ruffles a lot of feathers out there if anyone hears that. Because a lot of people are like, oh, Jon Snow. And I'm like, maybe it's just because I'm a short guy, so I short guy power. Short guy represent. Nah, but, man, he gets done so dirty. Sucks. But like I said, that's why I said that as a joke. Let's see. Men at arms were just as armored as knights. Yeah, I know. Men at arms are scary. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know historically much about the actual equipment right off my head, but I know men at arms are scary in general just because of the fact that they're probably the most effective unit in most games that try to represent whether it be historical type battle or anything else because they're the most even and across the board. They're probably what you would see most average military type person able to wield in most cases. And there's different types. So, yeah, men at arms are a scary, scary thing. Ah, my hair is driving me insane. Also, if y'all can tell, I have modified the tree. You've probably seen it in the last couple of streams, but sometimes it's hard to see it in the smaller square at the bottom of a corner. But as you can tell, I added another color to the tree. It's no longer just purple. It's also the proper color that I now partially represent. Looks down. Looks at his shirt. Let's see. He was the first to use gunpowder focused armies. Yeah, it makes sense. That's probably what I would have done. See, it almost sounds like a Game of Thrones character. That kind of sounds like Tyrion, actually. Because Tyrion was one of the smartest of the Lannisters. Actually, was the smart. What am I saying? One was the smartest. The others, they were good at battle and certain things and politics and certain things. He was good at all of it. The only thing he could not do was physically fight. Because he was too small. Oh. Farseer, if that's one of those things, could you take care of that, please? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Doo 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 doo. But yeah. Like, that was his only weakness. He's too short. Sounds familiar. Some men-at-arms were mounted, so that also can be confusing, since they fit the description of a knight. But we're not knights. Yeah, no, I've seen that. Like I said, there's a multiple different types of man-at-arms. You can have mounted man-at-arms, bowman, technically a type of bowman man-at-arms, standard man-at-arms, heavy man-at-arms. There's a lot. Because that's kind of the point of the class, I think, in the first place when it was thought up, is it's meant to fill every gap. So that way, if you're having a problem here, you're like, okay, just have them do it. Fill it with a man-at-arms unit and have them do this. And it's like, I feel like that was probably what a lot of people did when it comes to that. Once that became prominent. Also, if I ever get Crusader Kings properly, I'm probably going to stream that for you guys. Because I want to play some Crusader Kings. Even though there's no real physical battle aspect to the game, I'm really getting into games that are like... Which doesn't mean we're not going to do the other types of games either, by the way. But I'm really getting into like logistical style games. So things like Crusader Kings. I've actually been playing Dungeon Crawl Soup on my tablet. I'm trying to get into if I actually had access to Motorsport Racing Manager, the game. It's like a strategy game where you build your own F1 team as a manager, and you can choose a ton of different stuff and all that. The F1 games naturally kind of do this, but you always have to race as one of your own drivers, even when you make your own company. Whereas that game actually just lets you be the manager. So, and there's other games like big shout out to James on this one because I think he's gonna try this out at some point as well. There's a game called Mini Metro. There's Mini Motorways or whatever it's called. James has told me about these. He's the one that let me know about these. A bunch of games like that I want to kind of play with you guys like here and there when we do. We're not going to make it a main thing just in case those types of things aren't everyone's deal. There'll be more of like a specialty thing that will have its own schedule at some point. But that won't happen anytime soon. The most logistical thing I have right now, surprisingly, is the F1 game and my NASCAR game. Because it lets you change even the springs, the weight on the car on the sides, the track bars, the tire pressure in each tire. It's really detailed. It's taken me a long time to learn, but I'm enjoying it. But I'm getting a lot into those types of games now. And, of course, Mountain Blade once I ever get the chance. I'm cheese. Exactly, James. Super cheese. The super cheese. Give me cheese. I don't know. Now I want cheese. Like actual cheese. Italian wars happened after the 100 Years' War and led to the birth of the pike and shot. Yep, it did. That I know. Cheese Zeon. Yeah. A cheesy Zaku? Hold on. I bet you. Uh, I don't have it right now, but if I did, this is how confident I am in Japan. I bet you somewhere in Japan there is a snack called the cheesy zaku. Because that's so catchy. How could they have not done that by now, right? If not, get on that, Japan. I know you're watching, Sony. No, I'm just kidding. It's like, you hear me? Cheesy zaku. It's like a snack in the shape of a. That'd be too complicated. I was gonna say in the shape of a zaku head, but I think the simplest thing would be zaku grenades, because all they are is just these little weird cylindrical things that are stuck together in a ball. So I don't think that'd be that hard to replicate in a cheese puff form or something like that. I'd eat those here. Oh man, cheesy zaku. Ain't that a camphor? I mean, yes. As far as tactics, yes. But cheesy camphor don't sound good. I don't think I want to eat a cheesy camphor. That sounds weird. I'd eat a cheesy zaku. This conversation got off the rails real quick. Oh man. Funny, let's see. Funny that France fielded longbowmen in the Italian Wars after the Hundred Years' Wars. Hun. Yeah, Hun, they probably learned a thing or two. Yeah. No, yeah, that makes sense. They said you, whether it be through victory or defeat. Like, like, defeat. um, you will always learn something. Oh man, I don't know. I'm in a jokety mode tonight. I'm in joke mode. Junk mode. Let's see. But no, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Japan has something like that. If not already, you know. If they don't, then there needs to be. Because one day when I take a vacation over there, I want to buy some cheesy suckers. Oh man. Oh goodness. Could call them Zaku Minis. That's another good name. Zaku Minis. Oh. Can you tell I'm losing my mind? I'm just kidding. Oh man. It's your fault, James. No, I'm just kidding. Oh man. I do think we do need to start wrapping it up though. I think this has been long enough. I gotta get me some food going here so I can eat. Um I guess real quick I'm gonna reiterate everything. So schedule first, real quick. Saturdays are either gonna be Stellaris with me by myself or with James, or it's going to be me by myself and some Mech Warrior and doing our campaign. Fridays is gonna be the surprise stream, the new series. Hopefully it works. Keep your fingers crossed while I cross my toes, like I said. That will be Fridays. Sundays is going to be. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, Sundays is going to be mostly the surprise game that me and James are bringing back. That we're going to be fully going into this time. And plus Warframe. That won't, like I said, it's not going to be constant every Sunday, guaranteed for the Warframe, but we will be continuing that when we, during certain times, especially when we're not working on the main thing that we're bringing back as well, as far as, finishing certain things. But from scratch, though, this time. Like, this time, a lot more realistic, at least in the beginnings. That way, and get the creative juices flowing. But let's see. I heard my name. but I don't know what for. It says like, who? Who said my name? Is it or not? Know about the 13 Years' War? I do not. Was this my childhood? No, I'm just kidding. That's something a joke, but. Oh man, the war that leads to the death of the Teutonic Order and the birth of the. Oh no, I did not know. I do not know that. I do not know anything about that war. But I had to make that joke. But no, I do not. I do not know anything about that war. Sadly, I am out of the loop. But yeah, as far as Sunday is going to be concerned, that'll be me and James doing our normal thing with either of those games, the surprise one or some Warframe. And then trying to think. Don't think there's anything else right now because I don't want to overdo it. Something else I'll have to finish before we bring anything else in. So at the moment, that is our main schedule stream-wise. Vlogs, if there are any, will usually happen on Sundays as well. Unlike today, where I messed it up and didn't do it because of my heavy party New Year's weekend I had. So, which my stomach is hurting right now a little bit actually. Ow, that came out of nowhere. But yeah, let's see. There's a lot of unknown wars. Yeah, I mean, I imagine there's actually a ton. Whether it be big scale to even some smaller, more skirmish level of wars that just happen constantly. There's probably hundreds upon hundreds, maybe even thousands upon thousands. I mean, maybe even none of us even know even ever happened. Because they were happening in the background of maybe something even else happening. So, it's, that kind of stuff is just a human thing. That's just because the world's such a big place. That kind of thing is natural, that some places are just going to be, who knows? Except for the people who live there, of course. They would know. But, like, that's why when certain things, this is you'll always see me do this a lot. This is why you'll see me, when it comes to, like, English stuff, I try to let James answer all that, because I try to let, like, someone who knows and is from that place and has lived it kind of answer those types of things. Because even if I were to learn it myself, I have not experienced it. I experience my own craziness where I live. And it's like, that I can tell you a lot on. But as far as like this country and everything, that like culture-wise, not as adept as some probably that live here more than likely, because I haven't been out in it as much as I'd like. Hopefully to change that soon too. So that's what I tend to do when it comes to that. That's why I always ask James when it comes to things to do with Britain. Let's see, like a war where France and Germany teamed up to beat England. Yeah, that I did not know. See? Probably hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of those like that. My brain still... that would hung me up a little. That was like... that's a bit odd, considering later. There's some irony in that one. You know what it is? No offense to France. I love like, French Knights were amazing. They were badass during a certain point, but no offense to France. They've always kind of been somewhat setting up the fact that Germany and England was always going to keep them in a tug of war during that time. Kind of did that yourself. Just a little. But no, that's it. I never knew that happened. That is something you could tell someone and they'd be like, what? Oh, and an unknown French Civil War. Well, I mean, even though that's unknown, that doesn't sound uncommon to me. There was a lot of revolutionary things going on in France at the time, and actually throughout a lot of their years and generations. So technically, I think this said this in the nicest way possible because we also have this problem. So don't, hopefully, no one takes it offensively, but because America has the same problem with what I'm about to say is constant civil wars, especially back then. God. Like, even if there was a big one, there was a lot of little ones too. So, it's like, but I think French and America kind of had that same issue when it comes to that. It's not all, even if there's a ton of unknown, it's not really surprising there is at the end of the day. But that makes sense though. But alright, Farzir, I think I'm gonna wrap up the schedule here. So big reminder to everyone that I also went over the schedule that sorry. Big reminder to everyone that like I said, I'm gonna be moving out in the next couple of months, so things may get a little chaotic, or there may be a dead zone happen at some point. I will keep y'all heads up on that as soon as I know when it's gonna start that process, and that's gonna be a thing. I will let y'all know right before it happens if I can, or if a little bit ahead of time, depending on how far ahead I know. But however things work. But so do remember that's probably going to happen at some point this year. Actually, in the next couple of months. Summer, I will be starting school back, aka college. So my courses are going to kind of get their own schedule. So that when that time comes, I'll re-update our schedule here on the channel to let you guys know what will change when that happens. But that y'all don't worry about that for right now. I just wanted y'all to know that's happening. I'll redo that when school actually gets here for that one. So that way y'all, because this is easy to move around compared to that is. So I won't know until that part shows up. And then the final thing is for you guys to let me know in the comments below the video, because I don't want y'all to answer right now. I want you to think about it if you actually would be interested or you think it would be kind of cool to watch me do those models like I showed you off earlier for RX-78, aka Gundam. If you are interested, also heads up to anyone for any questions on that. I'll have to figure out how to set it up, but the camera angle will be pointed at my feet. So you will be seeing me assemble it with my feet and stuff like that. So, if you'd like to see that or check that out and chill out with me one day for a few hours while I build a model, let me know in the comments below the video or in Discord or on PSN by messaging me if you're in the group chat, or just message me on PSN at ardnot66, one word, no separation between number and name, ARDNOT66 on PSN. And just message me, let me know you would like to see that, because I'd have to do it on this. It's going to have to be on Share Factory. My only other option, actually maybe not. Actually, no. I think I have a better option. So never mind. It would, you still message me on PSN if you're on PSN, but it will be done on the PC side unless everyone would rather see it on this. The only problem I have with this is it's very grainy, so some of the details y'all might not be able to enjoy or see, whereas my other camera is super high def, where if I have it capture what the camera is seeing, y'all will get to see what I see while streaming. So I'll have to figure out how to set that up on OBS if we do it that way. But technically, this camera over here would be the better choice because it would be more high def. And y'all be able to see exactly what I'm doing in the small little pieces that I'm working with and stuff. Once again, if you're interested. Otherwise, I'm not going to worry about that. I'll just do it on my own. And once again, there's also nothing wrong with that. If you are not into that type of thing and you guys don't want that, also let me know that too. like, not really my type of thing. So I can weigh whether it's worth actually devoting a video to as a whole for the community. So, let me see. Or a war between Sweden and England. I just chimed in to a wait. I just chimed into big ones and little ones. What am I hearing? The big ones and the little ones. or the time Sparta kicked both France and England. I want to see that one. Oh no, Spain. I thought they said Sparta. I don't know why I saw Sparta. It says Spain. I'm an idiot. That makes more sense, Self. Spain makes more sense. Jesus, Self. Sparta. Yes, you remember that time when Sparta fought France and England? You know what? If that actually has happened at some point in history, I would like to actually be there for that and somehow have a time machine and go see what that was and how the hell that happened. Also, I remember this one battle in the 100 Years' War where French used cannons on the English army. Yeah, I remember that. I think that's actually a thing that can happen in that game at the later points. but yeah, like I said, big shout out to you guys, and please let me know one way or the other whether you're interested or not in the Discord or otherwise, as I said before, PSN, whichever. And if like I said, if there's enough people who want to see something like that and see me build a little, we'll have to do it in parts because I have to do it in parts in real life because it takes me a while to get something assembled with these fat toads. But if anyone is interested in seeing that, please let me know. And if you are, and if enough people are, I'll make a video for it. I will set it up. I'll try to do it with OBS first. If it don't work out, excuse me. We'll go with the backup plan, and we'll use this one because I know this will work. What we're doing here right now on Share Factory, I can just blow up the screen a little bit more. I think somehow I'll have to figure out how to do that again. It'll just be really kind of grainish, as you can see. It's like there's a lot of, I forget what you call it. It's a video version of white noise. My brain can't remember the terminology right now, but it's like all staticky looking and choppy. So my other one won't do that. Oh, let's see. No, they just hammered them with cannons so loud the English didn't hear the galloping of French knights charging at them. That makes sense, though. I mean, why not? I mean, there's more than one way to use a weapon. It don't necessarily have to be physically the thing attacking. In this case, it can just be a distraction enough for the actual attack. But alright, Farseer. I'm gonna have to let y'all go. It is getting pretty late, like I said. It's almost 8, and I can't go much longer without it being too late. So I hope y'all have enjoyed this stream. Make sure I didn't miss anything. And I want to give a huge shout out to you, Farseer, to Darius. Also, once again, big congratulations to Darius on his new role and what he's doing. I am very happy for him. I can't wait to be doing my own type of thing in that kind of field, or in anything that has to do with creating something of my own, or giving my own flash to even something else is being created. So I am excited. And so big shout out to him as well. To James Army West 9, big shout out to his channel. Show him some love if you want to check him out. He's a cool dude. And my brain. And like I said, a shout out to all my friends and all you guys who supported me on the channel. Bartholomew. Like I said, Darius, you Farseer, Warlock, James, Tam King. Big shout out to Tam King. Prime, shout out to him. I don't really know exactly what he's doing, but if you like Call of Duty and you like all that stuff, he's the place to go. So, but big shout out to him too, and to everyone else. Just thank you guys for your big support. I hope y'all have enjoyed this tonight's vlog and this huge update that's going on and huge change in my life that's happening. I am so excited. But I could hide it. Yeah, that's oh man, it's like that song. You just can't hide it, right? And I'm a Loki. It's not true. Oh, but see, well, I'll be arguing with Europeans again, and hopefully they don't bring up freedom in history. Ah, it happens. So why do you? I don't know why you do that. That would drive me insane. I'll give you that. You're stronger than me on that, Farseer. Because after a certain point of like a conversation or somewhat argument, if it ain't gonna go anywhere, I'm just like, all right, whatever. Just in my head, I'm like, just be dumb. It's like, so you are stronger than me on that, Farseer, and good luck on your, I guess, debate. But I hope you had a good one, Farseer. You too, James, and everyone who sees this in the future, or join, yeah, God, cannot talk. That sees this in the future, I hope y'all are doing good. Stay safe out there with everything going on, and hope you're enjoying your new year, and I hope everything's going right for all you guys out there, and you got big plans, and I hope they work out for all you guys. So, peace and love to all of you out there, to you too, Farseer, Darius, Warlock, Tam King, James, Prime, everyone, Bartholomew, everybody from my past as well. Like, everyone, thank you so much for what you've helped me do. We're just going to keep going from here, and I wouldn't have been as confident without you guys. So, peace and love to all of you guys. I love you all as always. And I will see you all this weekend. Peace and love, guys! Don't forget to let me know about the Gundam stuff. Yay or nay. Doesn't matter which. Just let me know. Peace and love, guys! I can hold my own against the wait. Against the bot. Wait, against the bot, but the Brits. Ah! I think that was backwards, but I get what you mean. The butt bot. It was backwards. But anyways, you have a good one, Farseer, and all you guys out there. See you next time, or actually, see you this weekend. Hopefully Friday for our special, and it works. And until next time, everyone, peace and loves. I love you all as always. Bye! When I press the right button. Bye! But they ain't working. No. Hold on. Why is this not working? Okay, I'm gonna try this one more time. I can hold my own against them, but not the Brits. Ah! That's what. Okay, so it was a typo, like I figured. Oh, that was great. It happens so far, so don't feel bad. I do them quite often. But you have a good night, and so do the rest of you guys. Bye! If I'm actually pressing the button now. Oh, that actually doesn't work. Maybe it's because of Share Factory. I may actually just have to quit the app. Let me try to hold it down. Oh, it actually doesn't work like that. Okay, well, I'm just going to quit the app. Alright, then. Peace and love, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this stream. I'll talk to y'all this weekend. Bye! Wait. Oh, okay. There we go. Bye!